Hey, we're live. It's 2024, and we're back for the wonderful Wednesday show. The best Wednesday show there is, dare I say. It for sure as hell blows freaking Harley and Matt's live show away. You guys are lame.
Just need to have
Hey,
giveaways.
look at the tiny truck I'm working on. I'm Canadian, eh? Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Sofa King. Sofa King, Green Frog, what's happening, guys?
Happy New Year's. What's up?
Thompson, what's happening?
Sandy,
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody.
let
Mr.
people
Brown. Man,
Welcome to the Shit That Needs to Be Said show.
and there is, I'm sure, a ton of shit that needs to be that needs to be shed.
Keep the dream alive and hit that snooze button.
Yeah. Hey, Jesse, what's happening? Man, I hope everybody had
Chainsaw.
a fantastic Christmas and New Year's. Chainsaw.
I feel like there's a little New Year's redemption in here.
Yeah, we got we're bringing in the big crowds now.
Some of the best of the best up in here.
That's right.
Earl Moorhead.
Earl, I shed all my shit in 2023. Man, I wish I could say I shed all my shit in 2023, but the whole sim racing thing is it's a I don't know how to best this. It's a cancer, is what it is. It infects you, and then it starts spreading, and it's terrible.
Well, I'm glad to see all you guys here. I'm looking forward to talking shit today.
Yeah, man, we gotta.
I shit 3 times today and still gotta go. See? Did you make any New Year's resolutions? I meant to ask you.
No, I did not. I did not make any. I don't. I haven't done New Year's resolutions for a long time because I never followed through with them. I made a New Year's resolution like 5 years in a row to quit smoking.
Yeah.
This is the year I'm gonna quit smoking.
I have an addiction that I've decided to quit. It's,
all right.
It's brake fluid, and I'm stopping. I've decided this year I'm going to be a master cylinder.
Oh man! So we know that that JB did not make the New Year's resolution to lay off the dad jokes, which is good. Everybody needs dad jokes.
I used to be addicted to soap, but I'm clean now.
Oh no!
What do you got going on?
I haven't been paying attention at all.
Coach D and outdoorsman.
Hey, Coach D. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to my my YouTube channel pretty much at all.
Okay. Did we lose all of our subscribers? Did we lose? Is everybody gone?
Well, just since like the middle of December, since the last show, I pretty much just I didn't even look at it, and whoops.
I like that one, NorCal, 1,000 points.
There was nice. Yeah, I have a few comments that I need to reply to. I try my best to reply to all the comments that come through on videos, and do the whole thumbs up and thank you.
People actually commented on the show.
It actually wasn't even on the show.
Oh.
It was just on old video.
Makes sense.
I think there's pretty much only 2 videos that anybody watches of mine anymore, and one is the one about shocks, and the one about the 6-channel radio link, where I made like a 25-minute long explanation of everything in the menu.
It's been a warm winter in Michigan. Got a foot of partly cloudy last week.
Damn. We have not gotten any measurable snow this year. We did have like a full blown blizzard for 4 hours where it was almost a whiteout, but it was like 41 degrees outside, so the snow was just melting as soon as it hit the ground. So we have not gotten any accumulated snow on the ground yet this year. Although last year we didn't get any either. It got really freaking cold, but we never got any snow.
I'm not even paying attention to the viewers. I'm glad you are.
Yeah.
I don't care who's lurking in the background anymore. Let them lurk.
Yeah. You're just jealous. Jealous of all the awesomeness that happens on this show. And yes, it should be tomorrow, getting this goofy ass thing off.
Nice.
It definitely makes driving interesting because I can't really grip all that tight because this metal bar that's in here gets in the way.
You got to get
I do a lot of one-handed driving.
What is it? The steering wheel knob, where you can just
yeah, Brody knob. You know they
I like flies now down to 8. Yeah, well, that's what happens when we swat them away. I don't know why all the
You know they outlawed those in California. Brody knob?
Oh yeah, well yeah. I don't think you could have that anywhere, honestly. I don't think you could have that in an on-road vehicle. Like you can have that in a farm truck or something that don't leave the farm, but you can't have that in something that's on the highway.
But
as far as I know, it's dangerous.
Yeah, I guess if you got in an accident and you got impaled by your Brody knob, that would be a bad thing. But they allow people to bedazzle their steering wheels.
Call her the Necker's knob. unless it's dildo shaped.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've never heard girls complain about getting stabbed by Brody.
So what the hell happened? What the hell happened at the end of 2023? To everything.
To everything.
Everything. I watched Harley's last Scale News update, and he named off the final RTR release of 2023. 106. There was 106 RTR releases in 2023.
Wow. So next time you say I can't find an RC to buy, I want you to shut up.
Yeah. Dildos are legal in California. Everything's legal in California. Especially if you live in Oakland.
I bet there's an inch limit, though. You can't be walking out in public with anything longer than 15 or so.
Vanquish released a new RTR.
Oh, Vanquish. That brings me to a good question. Maybe somebody can answer me. Maybe I'm just being stupid here. I saw this on a Facebook post, and somebody, it wasn't even Vanquish. It was like a tomato, but hashtag Vanquish Jr. What the fuck is that?
What is Vanquish Jr.?
What is Vanquish Jr.? What the fuck is this? Is this like... Yeah, it's got to be under 6. That's what I thought.
Okay, yeah, they got a new RTR.
Otherwise, it poses a threatening implement.
I mean, it's still $499. It's still very Vanquish of them.
Cape Cod!
Hey, Cape Cod.
Does it look any better than that fucking piece of shit Phoenix? Sorry.
No.
You got one.
No. I actually... I would actually say yes, it does, because it's like a comp truck, so it's got like a comp body on it.
Is this
pinched nose, pinched bed?
This isn't their VXD, whatever.
No. This is they got the BRD Carbon kit, and now they have the BRD Stance RTR.
Huh.
So they released the kit first, and then they came out with the RTR version.
Well, I'm glad you're telling me.
Well, I'm just now looking at the website. That's the first I've seen of it. Because the last thing they did was that Fordyce, and I
Yeah,
didn't think they could make
that's what
anything
I'm talking about.
uglier.
The Fordyce was ugly.
I didn't think they could make anything uglier than the Phoenix, but
The only thing uglier
Harley
than
said,
the
"Hold
Fordyce
my
is
beer."
Harley himself, and I mean, Jesus.
I have no idea. I, I'm actually, I'm actually reasonably impressed by Vanquish's lineup now. They have, it's all the same shit, but they got a lot of them.
With portal axles.
Yeah,
Guys,
but
we're talking about, was it?
oh,
Is
all
Earl
right.
still here? Because Earl was talking about being full of shit, right?
Yes.
Did I ever tell you that? Yeah, my Indian name is Walking Eagle.
No.
Well, because eagles will only walk when they're too full of shit to fly. So that's
So shipping companies, FedEx, UPS. I'm not going to pick on the United States Postal Service because, quite honestly, they seem to do a better job than both FedEx and UPS. So I I got a shipment that was coming from California to Tennessee. 4 boxes is one part of a shipment, and then a one of one from the same company. Brody knobs are legal on private vehicles in all of the safety and health administration. Use of auxiliary devices for specific construction of industrial equipment without the approval of the equipment manufacturer. Shit.
it's really technical. Oh, so the way I read that then is like, okay, yeah, I can have it in my vehicle and it's fine.
I guess, I mean, if you want to,
That's just like you can't be a trucker and have it in a truck and drive for a company. It looks like I don't Green Frog, man. You always blow me out of the water with that stuff. Thank you, sir.
call Rich Chief Itchy PP. If you believe Siri. I,
I know, but I appreciate you checking that stuff out, man. It's so awesome.
yeah, I mean, it's good to know because I was always under the impression that basically like the only thing you could put it on was like a forklift.
I thought some implement that wouldn't go out on the road.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were supposed to have it out on the road, but apparently it's cool. Well, I'm gonna be drifting in a Camaro next week with my Brody knob.
Nice. Yeah, so FedEx managed to get 4 of 4 boxes from California to Memphis, Tennessee, all together. Then one of the 4 went to Missouri. The other 3 went to Alabama.
It's hilarious.
It took FedEx 2 days to do what I could drive in 5 hours. 2 days it took FedEx to do that. The 5th individual box, FedEx drove it from California to Colorado to New Mexico to Oklahoma to Alabama to Tennessee and then to Eastern Tennessee where I live. They literally zigzagged that thing across the United States.
It has seen more of the United States than you have.
I was, and so I'm watching the tracking of this thing because the Saturday before Christmas was the original scheduled delivery date. They didn't get that. they actually delivered it the following Saturday. On the Friday, which would be, so that was the 23rd. So I think it was like the 29th or the 30th.
Sure.
I called. It was basically the last day I called before everything. So it might have been Thursday after
Right.
Christmas. And I called FedEx, like, guys, what are you doing? How you guys are in the business of moving shit from one place to another. And I am, call me crazy, but I always thought the shortest distance between two places is a straight line, not zigzagging all over the place. Where, what happened here? You had a scheduled delivery date. You missed it by a week. How could, I mean, I understand a day. I understand it was Christmas, so you couldn't go, you don't work on Sunday. Christmas was Monday, so I could understand you show up on Tuesday. No, you didn't show up till the following Saturday. What the? Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I know what happened. You guys put it on the wrong trucks. You sent three of them in one direction and one in the opposite direction, neither of which was the direction of me. Is that what happened? Oh, I'm terribly tired. Sorry, sir. I can't tell you. I don't really know what happened. And I got my, I
What
got
is
my,
this until the big C? And then they made us install it. I don't know. Earl, you and your foot fetish thing, is that what this is? I don't understand what's going on here. What the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, yeah the FedEx shell game, Green Frog. That was true until the big C. They made us install clear plastic shower curtain in vans, even though they were not DOT or OSHA approved. So the big C is that, that evil virus.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, okay.
And yeah, they
I forgot about that.
the
Yeah.
shower the shower curtain.
They actually
When was
made you install those in vans?
the last time you saw somebody wearing a mask?
Oh, I see it every once in a while. I go to the store over here, and there's still somebody. There's still somebody who's got a mask on, and if that's the way, if that's what you want to do, if that makes you happy, then fine. I don't care, but don't expect me not to sit there and think that maybe you're not an idiot. I don't know. I'm not gonna walk up and give you a hard time.
Hey, we have the aquarium themed shower curtain in the bathroom, the second bathroom. That was my call. I got it from Amazon. My
Oh
wife
yeah,
probably.
so the passengers couldn't cough on you. Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, it took me a minute. It took me a minute to realize
Yeah, it was like
what was going on. I'm like, why the fuck?
like the plexiglass screens they put up in front of the checkers and the
No, I had an experience on an Uber like that, so I understand. But it's like I was trying to figure out what kind of water show are you watching, sir? You in the bang bus again, brother?
Classic one. Uh, OnlyFans girl did a news reporter interviewed some OnlyFans girl. You see, like the top 10 stars OnlyFans are 2023, and
Nice.
talking about this, talking about that, making money. She's got a great big house and blah, blah, blah. She can't find any dates. She can't find anybody that wants to date her, and she's really confused. I don't understand. I'm the total package. I have everything. I have money. I have a great career. I have more money than you could ever want, and I can't find anybody that wants to date me. Strange.
Go figure.
Strange. Maybe because guys
With
don't
plastic.
want to date a woman who's every man on the planet's seen your freaking hoo-ha. That could be one of the reasons.
It's because everybody's seen your plastic flapping.
All not OSHA approved or DOT approved made it hard to drive with plastic flapping.
I just picture Earl. This is great. Just picture the ice cream man coming around, right? And you go to great. He just like pushes your ice cream right through the flipping. It's so destroyed and shit when he hands it to you. There you go.
Where he just has a tiny little slot, so he doesn't. Like it's great for ice cream sandwiches and stuff, but everything else
just kind of, he just like the cone gets to the end and he just like pushes the.
Yes. Speaking of the virus, the Florida State, what do they call them? The main doctor guys of a state. Shit, I can't remember what it is. Surgeon General for the state of Florida.
Yes.
Has now officially stated that citizens of the state of Florida should not take the vaccines for the big C because there is a high risk for heart problems after you've taken it.
You know what kills me, Green Frog, is the people who still wear masks. They wear them on their chin. Yeah, you're walking around with that chin diaper on. It's just driving me nuts, man.
So, like, I understand that to a certain degree, there was, man, the inside of my ear itching like crazy right now. There were certain people who were high risk, elderly, people with respiratory problems, asthma, things like that. The people that were high risk, absolutely wear a mask. That's safer for you. But after, just multiple doctors and scientists and people came out and said, hey guys, the masks literally don't do anything because like 90% of you aren't wearing the right kind of mask anyhow. You're wearing like shit your grandmother knitted you.
Oh, this is fucking great. Apparently, they don't want you to talk about chin masking in YouTube.
No.
The drill catchers for the mouth breathers, they blocked that comment 1,000 points to Green Frog. He's tied right now with NorCal with 1,000 points. Let's see how the rest of you motherfuckers do this evening.
I mean, it's the sad part was the mask didn't really, because like they've said is that 95% of the masks people wearing weren't, just putting the cloth mask over your face. If you sneezed or coughed, you still blew a bunch of spit and phlegm and shit through the mask. It didn't really stop anything.
Well, I thought they said you had to wear a certain mask. I thought there was a certain
it's the N95 mask, which is typically what nurses and doctors wear.
Sure.
In the hospital.
But even so, I heard that it was mainly a placebo for everybody. Yeah. It was just so we could calm the masses. It wasn't actually that it was doing anything.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The reality is they did all that shit so that they could.
How did you know I picked my nose?
They could muck up the election. But the great part was they told everybody the N95 mask, but then they told everybody, don't go out and stock up on N95 masks because the people that actually really need them won't have any.
Yeah, the ones that actually filter stuff are the ones they told us not to wear. And then they told us, oh, here like they ripped off the bottom of their shirt and was like, here's a mask for you. It's like, thanks, man.
Yeah, my favorite one was still Alyssa Milano posting on her Instagram about, wearing the knitted mask that she had and those like big giant holes all over it. It's like, you understand that you don't get the point, right? Or maybe she did get the point, and that was
the running around wearing a fucking hockey mask. That's
that was the. I like the ones that were wearing the mask plus the plastic face shield.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you're gonna do surgery on somebody.
That's like full blown Japan, right there. I mean, Japan. Those people been wearing masks for years.
As if like people were exploding from this virus or something.
Less than 1%. Less than 1% of the entire population died.
Yeah, smash and grab robberies, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, before you couldn't walk into a bank with a mask on without being arrested.
Yeah. Unintended consequences. That's what I like to think of. Um, they 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 let the genie out of the bottle. They had this grand plan that, hey, we need to sow some.
Well, of course you did. Those actors get paid tons of money to have you not breathe on them, bro.
It was duly protected, gloved, and thoroughly hand sanitized grocery shopper the first month. It's funny, Greenfrog. The first month, like when they first said 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Up until that point, I was still kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, this is pretty serious. People are getting really sick here, and some people are dying. Um, it was because California went nutty cuckoo. The minute the Fed said 2 weeks to flatten the curve, California went stupid. They just went stupid with everything. And they started closing everything. They started making everything ridiculous. If you went into a gas station to and wanted to buy coffee, say, you had to tell them what they were making people's coffee. They were pouring their coffee and putting the creamer and everything
It's
in
just
there.
because you're expendable, NorCal. Don't sweat it.
But the funny part was, it was like, well, what's the difference if you're making coffee for me or if I just walk over there and pour the coffee myself? Like, at some point, you're touching everybody's coffee. You work at a gas station. I don't think they're going crazy testing you and making sure that you're.
He says.
Oh, the toilet paper thing was so sad. So my boss, by accident, when you own a small business or whatever, you always have those companies that you buy like office supply shit from. So ours was Uline, and he accidentally bought like the pallet of toilet paper, like 3 months before anybody even heard COVID. He accidentally bought this giant pallet of toilet paper, and he was irate because the sales guy came in and he was like, dude, I have like 4,000 rolls of fucking toilet paper. What? I mean, there's like 4 people that work on my office here. Why did you, what the hell? And the guy was like, man, I'm totally sorry. Something got screwed up. But unfortunately, you're stuck with it. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? Well, then, like 3 months later, COVID hit, and we still had like 2/3 of the pallet. And everybody's freaking out about toilet paper. And my boss is like running around stacking up rolls of toilet paper on his antenna on his car, like driving around town with it. Just mocking people who would stand in line.
I just upped the value on my $2,000 piece of shit.
He just mocking the people that had to stand, like myself, that had to stand in line for 45 minutes to get a package of toilet paper.
Oh, fuck it. This son of a bitch, we went from driving a Chevy Caprice to a Ferrari. 8 packs of toilet paper.
Well, I actually ended up getting involved in a class action suit against Amazon. And I actually got a check for like $53 out of it because like none of my local grocery stores, no place had toilet paper. I even like was the smart guy and tried to go to like Smart and Final and places that weren't necessarily that busy, and I couldn't find toilet paper. So I finally had to break down and buy toilet paper from Amazon. And it was like a 9-pack cost me like $23 or something. And I mean, I complained to Amazon. Amazon was like, hey, that wasn't from us. It's actually just a seller on Amazon that you bought it from, and they're ripping people off left and right. And I'm like, well, they're on your platform. You guys are letting this happen. Don't you have some way to like police people ripping people off during a pandemic? Nobody can wipe their ass, for crying out loud. We got a major situation going on. I'm sorry, sir. There's nothing we could do. You bastards.
Well, send me a shirt or something. Fuck.
Yeah, pack, a 20 pack of the cheap t-shirts, something. You got to do something here.
Yeah, man.
Not all of us are rich like Sean and have bidets in our mansions. But still.
Boy. Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Did we get one?
Oh no. I'm just
So during the holidays I watched the Cars trilogy. And I think my favorite part of the whole trilogy is the part when Mater's in the shitter in Japan. If shit's hit the fan happens, besides food and water, there are two items that can be traded like money.
Toilet paper and
toilet paper and weed.
Or gasoline. I don't know. JM. You're back to put up with us.
It's funny. My stepbrother always called toilet paper mountain money.
Mountain money.
What's happening, JM?
Nitro
Freak. What's happening? Yeah, my stepbrother was a big outdoor enthusiast camper type, like hardcore camper, like where you just get a little teeny tiny backpack and you pack everything in, pack everything out. Close. TP and ammo. Yeah. So yeah, TP for him and his buddies, whenever they would go on like days long hikes and shit, like, they would bring one roll of toilet paper each, and whoever ran out first
this is
like running around with the rest of them begging for toilet paper.
This is a game? This shouldn't be a game. That's awful. Who's gonna run out of ass wipe first?
I can't.
What?
I would go hiking and do all of that stuff, but like the hardcore, no.
If you're
not sleep in one of them tents,
if you're not going to carry me up to the top of the mountain, I sure as shit ain't going. Let me tell you, that's
Well, like like my sister does it. She got one of them tents that's like just big enough for you to slide into.
What do they call that? A biovac?
Something like that. And it's like,
is it? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a shelter for just you.
Yeah. Yeah, and because it's small and lightweight, easy to carry and all that bullshit. But, my sister told me a story once about her and her husband were on a hike by themselves, and they had parked their truck and they had hiked up like a ways up into this mountainous area where there was like some hot springs, and they set up their camp like a quarter of a mile away from the hot springs, because there was always a lot of animals that would go to the hot springs at night, so they didn't want their camp to be right next to it. Well, they go to the hot springs, they're hanging out there doing whatever, and then they're on their way back to their camp, and they realize that there's a mountain lion following them. And like, she very nonchalantly, like, yeah, we just kept right on walking and we kept an eye on it. And then we got back to camp. We, started a fire and all of that. And, the fire will keep the animals away. And I'm like, where's that rule written? Where's the rule written like, oh, I'm gonna start a fire and a mountain lion won't come running over here and fucking eat me?
This depends on this. This does depend on the fire and the person who's wielding it.
That's cruel, green frog.
I like that green. I like that green frog. By the way, that was good. You know, if Javier doesn't like you, you just get to sleep under your fucking truck.
You know that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. That's mean and cruel. And I'm not going to be mean and cruel in 2024.
Right. Okay, we'll see how long that lasts.
I camp in a 3,600 square foot cabin with steam shower and spa. See, that's camping right there, Sofa King. That's camping. When I go camping, it's in a 40-foot motorhome with pop-outs.
Propaganda in the house.
What's up, propaganda? Yeah, with pop-outs and a shower and a bathtub and a refrigerator and an oven.
It's brown side.
So that I don't feel like I'm camping. I just feel like I'm in a smaller version of my house. That's the kind of camping I do. Nice big goose down comforter on the queen size bed. Inside the RV.
I don't mind a tent.
Animals can't get in.
As long as I got an air mattress or something, some kind of cot, something. I can't sleep on the ground. I'm miserable right now on an 86-hour fast, 24 hours in, and I'm hungry.
86-hour fast?
Dude, you don't want to say that here right now. Do you really want to?
Damn. That makes me hungry just thinking about fasting for 86 hours.
You know what's going to happen next, right? Do you understand? You might want to just...
I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go get a freaking honey bar out of the freaking cupboard.
I don't want to tempt you right now. You're making it so hard for me not to be the devil in this situation.
Jimmy Tango's Fat Burners. Remember that. Search that on YouTube. Funny little segment. I mentioned it before, but I just remind everybody. Jimmy Tango's Fat Burners.
I can get up and walk away, you know.
Tomorrow you get bone broth. Damn.
I have the power.
Yeah. I have not been camping since California. That was, when we got to the desert to go riding and whatnot, that was the last bit of camping I did. And I haven't slept in a tent in forever.
Dude, the jokes in here. Oh my God. You guys.
So propaganda, is this a New Year's resolution or is this just an annual fast that you do to cleanse the body?
And what movie are you going to watch with your wife? I got to know. Is it going to be Debbie Does Dallas? 4?
California, have to camp to see anything that's green. Yeah.
I thought the only thing that was green in California was where the redwoods were. If you went into the Evergreens.
Pretty much. Southern California is mostly brown. I mean, it's just dirt and yeah.
Something I wanted to try. I lost a lot of weight, then said, fuck it, went hard.
Hey, good on you.
Nice, yeah. If it's working for you and you're happy, good.
Green frog. Yeah, I have a good story about my godson who went to school in Chico, and him and his buddies used to go out on the weekends, hiking and doing all that shit that college kids do. Fun to push the mental side.
Well, good
Hey,
luck.
man, good luck. I mean, that's 86 hours is no joke, man.
I'm a fat boy. I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
I can go about 86 minutes, and I need a snack.
It's been about 82 whole seconds here.
So I assume you gotta be. Yeah, I mean, you gotta like drink. And he said tomorrow he gets broth. But I assume that you can have like water and water. I know if you drink
Sounds
enough water, it'll make your stomach feel like it's full. Oh no, Sophie, my godson, they were there was a handful of them, and uh, they were happy going out, and they stumbled across one of the um, I don't know what you call the weed farm, like the industrial weed farm. They stumbled across one, and they scared the shit out of him. They came roll. He said it was like Area 51. They got these big, tall, 10-foot chain link fences with black plastic on them with razor ribbon on the top. And he says, they're just kind of walking up this path, and they come across this road, and on the other side of the road is this big giant fence. And he's like, you can smell it. Like, of course you can smell it. He said, but we were on that road for more than 2 minutes before this big old freaking truck rolls up with all these guys in black tactical gear. He's like, it looked like an FBI raid. He says freaking AK-47s and AR-15s and rifles and shit. And they're, what are you guys doing here? Oh, nothing. We're not here to steal your weed.
we're not here to steal your weed. Oh.
Yeah, they scared the shit out of these, poor goofy college kids too. Just out for a little hike and stumble across. Oh,
there was a movie about that in the early '80s, Rolling Pansies. I think where those they were college kids, and one guy who wasn't in college had a house and everything. He had a mortgage on his house, and they found a map to an agricultural, pot farm, and they went there, and that all worked out fine and everything. But the police did catch up with them, and anyways, check out the movie.
I remember like the early 2000s in up above Ventura, the hills of like Ojai, and it's pretty sparse up there, and it's pretty difficult terrain, and for whatever reason, the search and rescue, like the Ventura County Fire Search and Rescue, were flying their helicopter through an area, and they got a whiff of it. So they kind of circled around, and they discovered like a 2,000-acre pot farm before it was legal.
Nice.
Like, before it was even remotely close to being legal. And they discovered like this 2,000-acre pot farm. It had like this really intricate irrigation system that was getting fed off this natural creek and everything. Pretty impressive. Me and my buddies at the time were like, damn, why couldn't we stumbled across that? Heaven is the name of the newly.
Oh man, you're one of those people. Okay, I'm gonna take it from my backyard. I'll be all right until I'll be sitting out there one night. That only happens.
Well, that was the great thing, Green Frog, was it was so far out that, I mean, it stunk, but there wasn't anybody around to smell it. And they never ended up catching anybody. I mean, they went up there and tore all the plants out and bulldozed a bunch of shit and tore it up, but they never ended up catching anybody around there. I imagine somebody was probably fucking pissed. 2,000 acres is a shit ton of weed.
Right.
But I know right before we moved, like 6 or 7 months before we moved, Ventura County opened up for commercial hemp growth, non-THC hemp. And it was probably 3 or 4 miles up the freeway from our house, and we could smell it every day. And it was like, no, that fucking sucks. I don't need to walk out of my house and smell that every day, all day.
Always wanted to train a dog to find grows. Yeah. Yeah, we never grew outside. We always grew inside. You always grow inside. That way you got a controlled environment, and then people can't jump the fence. So,
The lights, the grow lights, the aquarium or terrariums, everything. Corn country. Pot between the corn. Apparently they have the same heat signature. I've always said it that, I mean, every time you try to stop the drugs and the drug trade, they just find new, more ingenious ways to do business.
how do you think NASCAR started?
Running moonshine. Which I found out something interesting over the holiday season, because we went to our local it's outside the library in this place they called Church Square, which is basically just a roundabout in the middle of Old Town that is just, there's churches, and then there's a little library and square, and it's part of the original part of town from the late 1700s when the town started. But the Long Island iced tea.
Okay.
Long Island iced tea was not created in New York.
That, I mean, I didn't think that it was.
It was actually created on the Long Island right here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
No shit, huh?
Yeah. It's our claim to fame. Kingsport, we invented the Long Island iced tea. Woohoo!
Damn, I'll have to come down and have one. I love Long Island.
and Elvis played at the Civic Center in 1955 here.
Oh, yeah.
The other claim to fame. I live in a very small city.
See, I like a Long Island because, like, a lot of times you can go in and order a Long Island and it's maybe $1 or $2 more than the rest of everything.
Yeah.
If that, most of the time, if you just order like a Long Island, it's the same price as every other drink on the menu, so it doesn't matter. And then
you can literally drink that Long Island all night.
All night long. Yeah, I mean, it's great. Yeah, I have that with my meal, and I'm like, I'm good. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, it's pure booze, so you don't have to, you order one drink, you don't have to order anymore. I'm good. Yeah,
It's funny how they don't taste like tea at all.
No. We did also try some of so there's Old Smoky moonshine, and then there's the Tennessee Shine Company, and both of them claim that they're the oldest moonshine company in Tennessee, but I don't know which is actually true. And I gotta tell you, the Old Smoky has this, they just put it in a ball jar, and then they just pack the ball jar with maraschino cherries.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. Yes.
Oh man, it burns. It burns all the way down, and it gives you heartburn. I had, they give away little samples, and
enjoy your movie night. Enjoy your beef broth, your marrow.
Yeah, enjoy propaganda, and man, good luck to you. Be safe and be careful. Fasting.
Hopefully you don't die like Elvis. That's all I can think about right now. We're putting 2 and 2 together. I'm just gonna say, hey, look, with nothing inside of you, nothing comes out of you, except for maybe what's inside of you. So,
well, I mean,
the logic there.
Elvis Elvis didn't die. He just went home.
Oh,
That was from Men in Black. Elvis not dead. He just went home.
look at the French Canadian popping in here yelling at everybody Happy New Year's.
Hey, Dank. Happy New Year.
Ham,
And
purple, blue, peace. No,
I
I
don't know
see it
what.
there.
I think that's supposed to be some kind of emoji thing.
It's a peace sign. Yeah. You can see it.
Oh.
I can see it in the YouTube chat. I'm just messing.
Yeah, my camera's all wonky. I bumped it out of place, and now it's like pointing. It should be pointing here, but it's kind of pointing over there, and I can't fix it now because then it's gonna.
Is it just Japanese people? Is it I get Chinese people that have a different New Year than us? Or does Canada have the same New Year? You do, right? Sorry for my cultural ignorance right now.
China celebrates the calendar New Year, but then they have their, I guess it's like their spiritual New Year. So that's what the Chinese New Year is. It's the Chinese calendar, but they still celebrate like
the New Year
for the calendar that everybody uses.
Because what if it wasn't a New Year for you? What if it was a New Year for me, but not for you?
Well, that would be the case if it were New Year's Eve and it were midnight here.
Oh yeah, sure.
I would be having
that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
What is the Chinese New Year? What's the animal this year? It is the year of the dragon.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
You like dragon? I'll be dragging these balls all over the carpet.
I was gonna say, dragging my nuts across your chin. We used to do the Chinese New Year parade thing at Chinatown in Los Angeles, which was
actually cool. Yeah,
it was pretty cool. I mean, their parade was always, with the people with the dragon head thing and lighting off fireworks and crap.
What's the French Canadian New Year look like? Is that they run it around with like maple syrup and
the Mounties? Used to RCLO. I just noticed the name.
Yeah, I used to. And then I've got 2 used RCs as well, if you are interested. No, it's a little hard to RC anyway. I can't. What is it? I can stand and walk for about 2 hours, and after about 2 hours, my legs and knees get shaky, and I can't stand up anymore, and I can't hardly walk. So, it got to be especially hard. Like, I mean, if you've seen me, if you know any of my work, I fucking hanging off the side of mountains is ridiculous anymore for me. That shit's just crazy. So. No, unfortunately, the GoPro's been put away, and I'm kind of done with that shit. The old body just don't want to do it no more.
Oh no! It's just unlike
26 completely different New Year's Day around the 26 completely different New Year's Day around the world.
You picked up all the items listed.
Did you know that, Green Frog, or did you have to ask Siri?
I will double check that tomorrow.
Oh, dude, there were times when we were, here in the valley, was it the one place that I really like to shoot would be about 1,000 feet above the valley floor. You're right on the edge. You don't want to be messing around. Yeah, dude. It's been a royal bitch, as a matter of fact, but I'm all right.
Sorry, guys. That was a semi-pseudo work email.
And I went off the tangent. In fact, Dizzy said you should never wear protective gear. Oh, yeah. Fucking exo-caged telling me I need to wear a helmet when I'm dodging RC. You know, that motherfucker couldn't even get out and film them sons of bitches.
He needs to wear a helmet for existing.
24 hours in a day. And oh, okay. Something funny with
Oh,
that.
yeah, I saw it. Green fog, 26
Yeah.
completely different New Year's days around the world. Wow.
And that makes sense. 24 hours a day and 26 different time zones. That's okay.
Which, I saw something interesting that the up there in the Bering Sea, in between Alaska and Russia, they have the two islands where the international date line splits in between the two.
Sure.
One is Alaska's island, the other is Russia's island, and they're actually only 3 miles apart. But there is a 24-hour difference.
No shit.
Between the because they're on the opposite ends of the international date line. So they're literally 24 hours apart, only being 3 miles.
Yeah. Like you, yeah. You know, it depends on where you're at in the world.
Yeah, it's Ukraine is like that. Ukraine has a half-hour time difference in the middle of it. Yeah, Tennessee is in 2 time zones. The central time and Eastern time. It's right after Nashville.
Oh, nifty.
So I can go back in time.
But where's the Barents Sea?
I know where the Bering Sea is, but where's the Barents Sea? I feel like there's something coming here. Yep. I feel like Sophie King's got something.
Yep. It's brewing.
Which Sophie King's he had a short a green screen of a guy doing a burnout in his truck, and he fell out of the driver's seat and the truck kept going. The commentary was classic. Somebody grab my truck, bro.
Somebody grab my truck. Have a good night, Jake.
All right, Sophie King. Where is the Barents Sea? All right, Tank. Good to see you, man. Happy New Year. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas and holiday and all of that. We will hopefully we'll see you back next week. Bringing all your Canadianness with you.
Don't they have shooters of maple syrup? You got to bring them little shooters of maple syrup next time.
Hey, that reminds me. When we were in Pigeon Forge a couple of weeks ago, I got some Canadian, 100% Canadian maple syrup while I was there. Like 100% unfiltered, straight out of the tree, sugar added maple syrup.
See, now, I had a friend.
I'm just trying to set it all up.
Wow.
Wow. So
I was going to say that the Barents Sea would be. I can't do it. I guess that would be Exo Cage's bedroom.
That reminds you. Too bad propaganda's already gone. He made the he made the Instagram reel where he had the guys at like the Christian gathering, and there was like a group of 20-something-year-old guys, and they were standing up on stage saying like virginity is cool, and he's like, what RC people tell themselves. And then he had a bunch of pictures of his wife.
That's a good one. Come on. If that doesn't make you laugh, I don't know what does.
Shop drives revision. Man, all right.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a lot of women in the RC world. As far as I know, not a lot of girls are in RC. How many girls do you know who are into cars, for that matter? I mean, I always see these pictures on Facebook of female mechanics, but I've never met one ever. I got news for you.
When I had my Mac tool truck, there was I can't remember what dealership it was. I think it was a Nissan dealership. They had a female mechanic.
Okay, now I don't want to stereotype here, but I gotta ask. Lesbian?
No, she was quite small. She was like a little petite thing, like 4'9", 5 foot tall.
This is perfect. We can fit her right beside the engine, and she can work on those front engines that are all.
And that was the joke all the time that she used to tell that she was so small she could fit in all the places that the guys couldn't, and that's why they hired her.
Either that, or you got to have some kind of gook or something like that working there, so that. I'm just messing.
Oh man, you're killing me, Smalls.
Rich is trying to deal with work at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, it's LA City and LA County. Anytime there's a construction project that is LA City or LA County, it's a freaking nightmare. The bureaucracy there is insane. The only place I've ever done construction work that was worse was San Francisco. And even that was more ridiculous, but it was more manageable than LA City and LA County. Because LA County and LA City, like, to submit the plans and the drawings and stuff, they will mark up one thing on the very first sheet of 40 drawings and send it back to you until you revise and resubmit. They won't look at the rest of them. Just the first page. They'll find one thing in the first page, revise and resubmit. And they'll do that 40 times. Over and over and over and over and over until it finally gets to the point where, the customer that I generally deal with that does these, he has to go to the people and say, look, I have to charge you more money for the drawings now because you've used up my allotment of money from my detailer, and he's not going to do any more free work for you bastards.
I'm going to give 1,000 points for Earl to losing a whole female mechanic. That's pretty funny, but the thing about it is what happens is when you drop that 10 millimeter socket, because we all know that's the motherfucker you're going to drop. When you drop that into the cross member down below, that's when you send her down there to grab that thing. That's how that works. She's small enough she can get up in there.
And it's funny. Not 2 days ago, I was looking for a 10. I do not have a 10 millimeter socket. I literally have a toolbox that's like 10 feet long. I have a Mac toolbox from when I was it's like 10 foot long. I have like 5 sets of sockets. Not a single one of them has a 10 millimeter. And I don't know where the hell they're at. Because I know before we moved, I organized everything. I laid and put foam down on top of everything so that it couldn't rattle around.
They're probably in the cross member of some car somewhere, like I said.
I don't even remember the last time I used a 10 millimeter socket. But to not have a single one, I had to go to Harbor Freight and buy.
Wait, doesn't the 10 millimeter socket? The 10 millimeter socket fits most RC car wheel nuts, right?
No, that is a 7 millimeter.
Is that what it is?
7 millimeter.
Maybe I'm thinking,
or an 8 millimeter. It might be.
Oh, the slash
bashers. It might be a 10 millimeter
slash, I think bashers. 10 millimeter. Yeah, 8 millimeter. Okay, yeah, okay, that's what I. So I always use those sockets. I use sockets to take off my tires. Now, when you're tightening them back on, I get down to the last couple turns and then I use the tool so I don't over tighten the screw. But
before you can get sorry in it.
shutting your hood on your
Sophie King knows. Sophie King knows the. Hey, they're ridiculous, and that's my customers emailing me because they've cut the budget for this project, which is actually a parking structure for the LA airport, and they've cut some of the budget, so they're taking some of the stuff out.
I will not feed ducks soda and Mentos. Yeah, I got you. I like that. You're a little mechanic.
I used to have a friend of mine whose girlfriend was she wasn't a mechanic, but she was very mechanically inclined, and she used to do a lot of the work on his race car, and just the most bizarre looks on people's faces when they would go walking through the pits and they would see like this chick getting down and dirty working on a race car while the dude is sitting over there like putting tear offs on his helmet.
You know who's got the tough job here?
Oh yeah, Sofa King. They had these they had all these guardrails that they were going to put up, and they handrails and guardrails over a certain height. If you're going to fall, or if they're in certain types of areas, they can't have it has to have less than a 4-inch space in between everything, and that is so that kids can't stick their heads in there and get them stuck. That is like a hard rule, like thou shalt not knit. You can't not do that. They overrode it themselves. They overrode their own rules because they're like, well, that's probably a lot of labor and that's a lot of material. Could we change that so that
how many stupid kids are really out there?
And the best part is it's a 2-story parking structure, of which the first floor is actually underground. So the second floor is only like 3 feet above ground. And they got guardrail up around the whole thing. Because Lord knows you wouldn't want somebody falling down 3 feet.
We feed seagulls Alka-Seltzer. I like that.
Yeah, I have actually seen that, and they don't necessarily explode. They just gurgle. It just comes out of their mouth, and then they and croak. Because we always thought they exploded.
They just bloat and die.
Yeah, they get all bloated, and then they basically vomit out their innards. It's kind of gross. But when you're a teenager, it's freaking hilarious. Especially when you go to high school and you're only like 5 miles away from the beach and there are gajillions of seagulls every day at lunch. So literally you can't sit outside and eat. You have to be in some place that's covered.
You really want to have fun? You take like Mylanta or something like that. You pour it over bread and you just let them have a runaway with that shit. Give them some stool softener and some bread. That's so much fun. So much fun. Everybody has a good day.
I got crapped on a bunch of times at school. I mean, everybody did. It was just a fact, it was just a thing that happened. Because there were always seagulls around. It didn't, they're eating out of the garbage cans everywhere, and kids are fucking pigs, so there's just trash everywhere. So everybody got shit on all the time. It was a regular occurrence. But I can remember
Sounds like being a part of Operation Living Charlie.
Getting shit on all the time.
Anyways, go on.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this time that there was a group of like the football players that were sitting, those tables that have the built-in benches on them, and they were all sitting on this table, and it was in an uncovered area, and one of them had like laid back on the table, and one of them shit right on his face. Nice. Ooh, ah.
1,000 points.
The first shouts of the year. I like it. It's now officially 2024. We got yelled at.
We got Ooh Ah, we got Green Frog and Sofa King all tied with 1,000 points right now. Who's going to be the best bitch of the show for the new year?
Healthy new year. No farm is feeding peanut butter to ducks. What happens if you feed peanut butter to ducks?
The ducks don't have a tongue, so they can't exactly lick it off the roof of their mouth.
Oh, that's a new level. It's all right. I mean, I got a river just right over there, and there's a shit ton of ducks over there.
And they make the funniest noise too.
You know that Canadian geese are assholes. They're assholes. Like everybody in Canada is always like, everybody makes fun of them being like super nice and everything. Canadian geese suck. They suck. They're mean. We have those down there too, and fucking bastards will come walking up the street and shit, and they just freaking walk up to your house and just like freaking. And you try to shoo them away, they get on
sauce. Oh, you brilliant bastard! You figured it out. I love peanut sauce, by the way. I love it.
Herbies.
That might help you. Throw it back. Oh, another 1,000 points to Ooh Ah for throwing it right back at him with the helpy. Get a helpy hand here in the new year.
I tried duck once. I don't understand the draw.
I'm not. No. I've even had a turducken, and I'm like, yeah, it's
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand I don't understand the big deal with duck. It's not that good.
Well, you just come in here and you blow everybody else out of the water.
Man, I gotta warm up my hand. My heater's over here, and it's getting colder because the sun has gone down, and now it is.
It takes guts to be an organ donor, Ooh Ah.
Ooh, yeah. It's 29 degrees outside. Franklin. Turd ucky, more like.
It's flooding there? Are you all right? You going to be all right? I hope you're all right.
Yeah, that...
I hate you and your RC channel, and your shit sucks, but I don't want you to go away, so...
Our oh God, he won't leave. I replied once, and now he won't leave me alone. He's just gonna keep sending me more emails because it's only
miles and miles around you, huh?
Yeah, it's 344 there. So, God damn it.
RC Cape Cod with 1,000 points, sneak it in there.
All right, Cape Cod. 3 miles wide by 40 miles long. It's a floodplain.
Does that affect you from getting shit? Are you affected from receiving goods and services and shit? Are you being affected? That would be the safe thing to do, is make a boat at this point. Yes. Built myself a raft.
um, how about Japan's freaking New Year's gift?
Oh, the
Hey,
earthquakes and the tsunamis.
here's a 7.6 earthquake and a tsunami. Happy New Year!
Well, that's good.
Nice, yeah.
Well, I hope you and your family are safe.
Yeah, take care, because flooding sucks.
Well, and it can be really. I mean, that shit's actually really dangerous. Everybody, oh, water comes in. Well, you ain't never been there. If you don't
Yeah,
understand,
yeah. I was 2018 when they had the flooding and the mudslides in Montecito, where it like went right next to Oprah's house, killed a bunch of people, just swept a bunch of people away in the middle of the night that were sleeping.
really, wow,
Yeah,
damn. I mean, you're sleeping and just got wiped out. Damn, followed by planes crashing into each other on the runway. Yeah,
yeah,
god awful, man. It's like it was like Armageddon over there.
yeah.
How long can you tread water? Do I look like Noah?
That's why I live on a hill. So, for bed, tell me about it. We have a huge road hill just in the end, just hitting major runoff from fields. Fucking look like a
Literally looked
waterfall.
like a
Shit.
waterfall. Wow.
Damn. Yeah, well, be careful, man. Yeah, that's
Sumamis, you're hilarious, Dad. That is
tsunamis are
absolutely
seriously a
fantastic.
problem here. 1,000 points to Mr. Brown,
Yeah.
because that's top shelf dad joke right there.
If you don't
Top shelf.
understand, Dad lives. I mean, what are you guys like? You're only a mile or so outside the Sioux. I think it's right across the street, actually. On the other side of town is the Indian reservation, South Dakota. So it's like Sioux mommies. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you're funny. We got it.
See, I got Cherokee Nation here.
RC Cape Cod's at sea level.
Ocean out the back door. Yeah, yeah. How about California with with the high surf? That one was the one that went around on the news. That was right where we used to live in Ventura. It's like 2 miles down the road from us, where the rogue wave freaking wiped everything out right next to all the people's houses on the beach.
Yeah, I haven't seen the ocean in a while either. The ocean out the back door would be pretty cool. Looks like a lake all around us.
We went to Myrtle Beach this summer just so we could see the ocean. Well, more for my wife. I don't really care. I lived next to the ocean pretty much my whole life, so
Ooh, what you got to do now? I got a brilliant idea for you. If you get people to give you RC cars, to give RC cars to the victims of the flood, you make lots of money, dude. I mean, you could have. Hey, I'm sorry you lost your house in a flood. Here's an RC car.
and you can take some of them and raffle them off to make extra cash as well.
Oh man, there's infinite possibilities for just putting dollars in your pocket.
Yeah, San Diego had some big waves coming in. Yeah, freaking Mavericks. The Mavericks went freaking crazy. They were like 40 to 60 foot.
Huh.
People coming from all over the world to surf it.
Have a good night. Ooh, ah.
Yeah, take care. Have a
RC boats. There you
have a
go
good
for
night.
flood victims. I love it.
Making lemonade out of lemons.
Brilliant, Green Frog. RC boats for flood victims. We really can't we just can't push the envelope far enough, can we?
I mean, Green Frog he came up with some zingers last year. He started off 2024 pretty solid here. Solid. I think it was my favorite of 2023 was the anal bead 501c3.
Jesus.
And now we got RC boats for flood victims. I'm gonna think on a clever name for that. For what that
Yeah,
what that 501c3 should be called. What else? What else is? I mean, it seemed like a whole bunch of shit has gone wrong lately. Oh shit! I didn't even talk about it. The 177 names from the from the Epstein list.
Yeah.
And it certainly seems like there's a bunch of people shitting themselves about that.
Well, good.
Mildly, that's going to be mildly entertaining.
A bunch of people should shit that. You get. That's just it. Is like I don't understand why people think you can hide bullshit. Sooner or later that bullshit's gonna catch up with you, man.
Well, and they already know. They already know that Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton's name is on that list. They know it's on there. Hey, America, you damn near voted her president.
All I gotta say is wake up. I read one. Did you know that Cray Computer is making a simulated a supercomputer simulating mental illness?
No.
You're gonna call it Cray Cray.
Hey. That one made me uncomfortable. Oh, some of these are bad. I mean, I got a list, and I can't find any that I actually want to read. What kind of bug can tell time?
Client list. It's the list of people named during the Maxwell trial.
Yes. So it's not even the entire list. They're only releasing a little portion of it because they think that's gonna shut everybody up. It's not. I heard Joe Rogan was talking about that coming out, and I forget the name of the guy that was on this podcast. He's on there all the time. He's one of the regular guests. But he was like, Jeffrey Epstein, man, that guy was the GOAT. He was like the Michael Jordan of sex traffickers. And he's like, how can nobody know who the GOAT's customers are after all these years? It's kind of a sad question. Yeah, and that is green frog, a clock roach.
Jesus.
That list of names is probably not going to have very many high-profile people. Sadly, it's probably going to be a bunch of, fucking accountants and, business managers and people that don't fucking matter. Because I know all the crazy right-wing people are all excited that this is it. But sadly, it's not. it's not going to be a big thing. It's kind of unfortunate, but honestly, I don't think very many people actually expected that it was going to be a big thing. I know the Clintons on the list only because during the Epstein trial itself, Clinton's name came out as Epstein had written it on the flight log. Bill Clinton. Like every time Bill Clinton flew on his plane to the island, he wrote out the full name instead of just the initials like he did for everybody else in code. Yeah. Sad. Sad, but not sad. Jeffrey Epstein got what he deserved. It just wasn't, sadly, it wasn't a gruesome or tortured enough death, being strangled in his cell by some mysterious assassin. Because
got to double check the comments too here real quick. Okay.
yeah. Why, I know they're saying that, they've been saying that Donald Trump's name's going to be on the list, although it came up during Epstein's trial. They tried throwing Donald Trump into the mix there because he was at a party at Mar-a-Lago, and the truth actually came out that Trump took like a picture with the guy and had like a conversation with him and then had him thrown out and told his security, like, that dude's fucking creepy as hell. You need to escort him off the premises. Like I said, I think Bill Clinton would be the only high profile one because everybody already knew that his name was going to be on the list. They've been talking about it for shit forever. But everybody else is going to be a bunch of fucking nobodies. I'll be surprised if there's any names that anybody recognizes on it.
Right.
Bill Clinton already released a statement. Bill Clinton's untouchable. Him and Hillary are untouchable. Those two got so much fucking dirt on people in Washington, D.C., nothing will ever happen to them about anything. Chelsea, too. Chelsea can do whatever she wants. I'd imagine in the next 4 to 8 years, you'll probably see her getting elected as a senator from New York or Connecticut or one of them upper East Coast states.
Right. Yeah.
Because I forget where they live now. They don't think they live in New York anymore.
I have no idea. I can just, I can picture it happening though.
I would imagine like they live in Martha's Vineyard or something like that. I don't know where Chelsea lives, but all them rich bastards. Oh, we did break a record at the border. I think it was December. 278,000 illegal crossings in 1 month. It's the highest number ever.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, United States.
Jingle bells.
250,000 people
to
feed and house and give free health care to.
You got some mouths to feed.
Oh yeah, Clinton, Epstein was their guy. There was a thing about his Manhattan apartment.
Okay, well, apparently Epstein was the guy that got all the dirt for the Clintons. Is not something YouTube wants you to say.
Oh yeah, you can't talk bad about.
So we're gonna go ahead and throw you another 1,000 points, Cape Cod.
Yeah, his New York penthouse apartment that he had, he paid like $1 for it. You know, the thing was worth like $30 or $40 million, and whoever he bought it from, he bought it for $1. I was like, what did you do that Jeffrey Epstein Got to buy this apartment from you for $1.
I could think of a couple things.
None of which are good. None of which we can talk about on YouTube because they definitely do not allow it.
You remember that
Yeah,
scene?
I agree, Mr. Brown. You know it. And she didn't get any prettier the older she got. You know, sometimes you grow out of your ugly. She didn't
She
grow.
grew into her ugly.
She didn't grow out of it. Yeah, I can't do it. What does a house wear?
I'm sorry. Say that.
What does a house wear?
What does a house wear? Okay, this should be good.
A dress.
Uh,
Yeah, I happen to find like the worst
can
list.
I can I get
The
that
worst.
address?
I'm scrolling through them like crazy, trying to find ones that are not absolutely terrible. But I'm starting off 2024 with the worst dad jokes.
You
You
said it.
got
You said
You
it.
got
I was gonna tell a joke about paper, but it's terrible.
it. See, you gotta go do the bad to appreciate the good.
That's right.
Uh,
YouTube sending this stream to the cell phones are tapped now.
Sending this stream to.
You supposed
Oh, yeah. Cell phones. My wife and I had a great one the other day. So I
man,
was talking.
you know they're listening to you, right? I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, they're always listening. Um, my wife and I were talking. So my phone was in the other room, but on my phone I had been searching for sim rig cockpits. And I got up and I walked in. I set my phone. I got up and I walked into the other room to ask my wife about something. And she was like, Are, are you looking at this? And she pulls up her phone, and on Instagram, there's an ad on her Instagram for the thing that I was looking at on my phone. And I didn't say anything to her about it. And that I was like, that's freaky as shit right there. They know we live in the same house. They know what I'm doing, and then they're telling on me to you because they're showing you what I'm looking at.
Yep, it's true.
Cell phones are scary now. It's scary now.
You'd be sitting here, you'd be talking about something, and the next thing you know, you either see it on Facebook or you'd be scrolling your news feed if you got a news feed on your phone. And it's like, especially if you got Google on your phone, Google's notorious. I feel like Google is the worst for this. Anything Google will pick up exactly what you're saying and throw it at somebody else who has Google.
So I can remember my godparents growing up. My godparents were like World War II, Cold War era, baby boomer age. And I can remember my godfather, who was he was an ex-Marine, and he was super fucking crazy about not having anything in his house that could be used as a listening device.
Right?
It's like, fucking Soviets will be listening to everything. They're gonna, you don't want that shit in your house, man. Fast forward to 2024, and like everybody's house has multiple listening devices in them. Alexas, your phones, your computer. They're saying that the NSA has a way to watch you through your TV.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, cell phones are scary. They're just straight scary now. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. Like, oh, your husband's looking at this. Hey, we'll throw an ad up there just in case you want to buy it for him. And AI's getting even more scary now. They
Cable
had
box.
cable box as well. The Tesla factory in Texas just had a robot malfunction, and like damn near killed a guy because then one of these like stupid robots that just follows the order of a machine. Something got fouled up in his software while the guy was in the booth where it's supposed to be doing the thing, and the thing just beat the crap out of him. It's like,
Jesus.
telling you, we should just stop it now.
Was it Will Smith and iRobot? Was that what?
Yeah. The goddamn robots. The scene where he's driving in his car and all the robots start jumping on his fucking car and he has a huge crash and yep, that's the kind of shit we can expect. Crazy fucking robots are just gonna show up out of fucking nowhere and knock on your door. Hey, guess what? We're taking over. We're gonna lock you in your house now.
We're
Enjoy.
taking over.
We're gonna drill a hole in the back of your fucking skull and we're gonna plug some shit into it and we're gonna use you as a battery.
As long as I don't have to watch XO Caged. I say we got a deal, man.
I don't give a shit what you guys do when you take over, just as long as you get rid of a couple things.
I don't want to have to watch that shit show again.
No more fucking Harley Scale News update.
That's right.
No more.
Shit's dumb.
Captain Vanquish.
Keep my robot's name out.
Oh, I love it.
Points, Daryl.
Yeah, I double it. I mean, because that's a classic right there.
It's from Apple.
Wait, I mean, we were just talking about it today about Microsoft. Like you literally can't get away from Microsoft. There's if you have a computer, you likely have Windows, and if you don't, you either have Windows or you have Apple or you have Linux. But I mean, what if Bill Gates decide he wants to become a fucking Bond villain that everybody knows he is? Maybe he just fucking comes out and is like, yep, I'm Dr. Evil. That's me, Bill Gates. Yeah. And he just fucking does these. Oh, by the way, I just took control over all your computers.
Every night, Cape Cod.
Take care, Cape Cod.
It's like we were saying before, like we were talking about, like 90% of the world runs off Microsoft.
Yeah.
And then maybe Apple or Linux or Red Hat or what have you at the end. But I mean, how many people, how many businesses, how many major businesses run off Microsoft?
Yeah. And Mr. Brown brings up the good one too, the Amazon. The dude that got basically locked out of everything because he had the Ring camera, he had the Alexa, he had all the shit connected, and somebody complained he made a racial slur, and they shut everything off. Like, guy literally couldn't get into his fucking house. Now, to me, that's dumb.
Yeah, he's locked out.
I don't know why anybody put one of them silly fucking electronic door locks on your door that you just swipe your phone in it, or
You reminded me of Green Frog here with his statement. I'm a friend, just in case, right? Have you ever heard of the AI basilisk theory?
The what theory?
The AI basilisk theory. You know what a
No.
basilisk is, right?
Yeah,
It's like a creature that would cause
it's a giant
stomach pain.
snake.
Yeah, whatever. It's a monster. But yeah, the idea is it basically, if you never knew about it, were you a part of it in the first place? So if you're incompetent to it, does AI really give a shit about you? Or if you knew about it and me telling you about it made you aware about it, then are you partially to blame when it comes around?
That is an existential crisis. I mean, like SpaceX and Chevy now owned by the same guys who want to control the electric market sales. Yes. Um, it's. I had to explain. Um, my mom's getting up in her age now, and I had to explain to her how.
What?
Uh,
They want to drug test you now before you can drive? Man, I can only drive high. How the fuck is that going to work?
well, I mean,
I guess I
they're
already
they,
have my license, but
there's all kinds of things they're talking about. The um, they're talking about the gas deal, where um, when push comes to shove and the gas supplies start running low, that basically they're going to choose who gets gas, electricity for charging their cars and shit like that. It's going to be based on uh, like how important it is for you to get to your job. If there
it,
isn't enough electricity to charge all the cars on that day,
you know
they're
what
going to go.
you know what that reminds me of. It reminds me. It sounds like the German occupation.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
Well, when you think about
we're going to
everything
tell
that
you how
happened,
important you are, and you're going to have a place.
when you think about everything that happened during the pandemic and all of the stuff that the federal government did and a bunch of state governments did, when you start thinking about, like, in 2020, the Department of Education fundamentally changed the requirements for education in the United States. Nobody knew. Nobody paid attention because there's a pandemic going on and everybody's locked in their freaking houses. But because they were experimenting with all of this new teaching stuff, they were able to change a whole bunch of shit. They can sample my urine orally. Yeah.
That's good. That's a good. And I would blow a machine as long as we're both having a good time. I'm just saying.
I yeah, the government is never going to change. The people who are in the government, they all get into it for the same reason. They like money and power. And yeah, that's what you get. Get a goat cart, transportation, and free lawnmower.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, screw it. I'm not even
You want to see something funny? After the show, Google "goat knocks out cow." Check that shit out. That's hilarious.
goat knocks out cow.
Oh yeah, dude. They each take a run at each other. They're standing there. They take a run at each other, and that goat puts that cow down. You would not.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, goats do that. That's their mating fucking ritual every year, is to just bash each other's heads in. I think a goat's skull is like 2 inches thick. up there just for that.
There's a
that
sound
purpose.
that sounds like a small crack of lightning that goes on between the two of them,
And on top of that, their brain is actually it's in like a jelly inside their skull to keep from.
Sounds like a lot like NorCal all of a sudden.
He's been quiet. He's been too quiet. He's busy doing something. He's making another freaking green screen short right now is what he's doing.
Dude, I like the Bashmist thing that he did. I thought that was kind of neat. I caught some of it.
Yeah. I get drug tested every few months now, but I choose a commercial license. Not every once. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I did a drug test before I started working for Ream. That's the first time I've done a drug test probably since I worked for Mac Tools, and that was back.
Do you know what kind of drug test? Is it like a 5-point drug test? Is it just piss, or they pull hair, or what's the deal?
I did for Ream. I did a pee test. For Mac, they did the whole ball of wax. They pulled hair, pee, and they did a blood test.
Well, that's a 12-point test, I think. Shit, I can't remember. 5-point test is just where you take a pee.
Yeah.
Those are easy to fake. That's what I say.
Yeah, Mac was serious because I mean they were investing quite a bit. Plus, they're trusting people with, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tools and truck.
Oh, we blow and pee. Man, you are talented.
Yeah, commercial licenses, it's tricky. Not a lot of people realize how stringent and how difficult it is to maintain a commercial license. My buddy Corey in Ventura, he's got a commercial because he's got he's got a Class C truck that he pulls his race cars around in.
Okay.
And he drives the truck.
I mean, I've known people who have had them. I've never needed it.
Yeah, he's like Captain Clean and Sober. He's like, you can't get away with shit. He's like, even if I'm driving in my regular car and I get pulled over, I still have a commercial driver's license. So I still have to I follow under all the guidelines for that, even when I'm just in my car. Because I think for a commercial driver's license, you can only blow a 0.01 on a breathalyzer, which is basically like if somebody was drinking next to you and blew in your mouth, you would blow a 0.01.
Federal took over the testing a couple years ago and do all the dirty drivers.
Yeah. I like the Simpsons episode. I think it was the Simpsons episode when Homer found the the AI that was driving all the semi trucks.
I don't think I've seen this.
And they, he for whatever reason he got a job driving a semi truck, and he's driving along, all of a sudden the computer just takes over and starts driving.
Oh yeah,
and he starts telling people about it. Then all the trucks are coming after him, and the truckers are coming after him. It's like, don't tell anybody. Yeah, we need the feds to not take over. We need to take stuff away from the feds. They ruin everything.
Oh, goodness. So what else can we talk about in the last 10 minutes or so? I was going to talk about not having money. We talked a little bit about not having money, about not having real money. They want to take away real money to where we all have a plastic fucking card.
Yeah,
And
freaking
it's like,
digital
well, dude,
currency.
how am I going to pay my weed guy?
Hey, I tell
My
you
weed
what,
guy's got Venmo or something. You think I could cash out
uh,
my weed guy?
Jesse, I'll tell you what, hold out. If you can hold out for the next 3 months or so, used car prices are going to plummet.
They're
They're
getting much better actually.
they're
Well,
already plummeting.
even new car prices, because the thing about the new trucks have been sitting on the lot for the past 2 fucking years, man. If you go down to
Well,
Dodge, there's a little thing underneath that says you can take $15,000 off this price, and if that's
yeah,
what they got on there, that means that truck's been sitting there. You can even just be like, no, 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 no. You can take $25,000 off that price, and maybe I'll buy this truck for you.
yeah. There's a guy I watch, Car Corner, Car Questions Corner, whatever. He owns a little used car lot in North Carolina, and he goes to all the auctions and he makes all these YouTube videos, going to all these different dealerships and looking at the cars they have on the lot, and also at the auctions and whatnot. And he's been talking about it for the last year that the car market is getting ready to have a seriously big correction, because 2019 cars got so out of whack, and the dealerships and the car manufacturers were just screwing everybody left and right. But he was just talking about a Ford F-150 King Ranch edition. So it's a crew cab 4-wheel drive truck. In 2017, that truck cost $48,000. In the 2023 model of that truck, $96,000. So in 6 years, that truck doubled in price, literally doubled. And he's like, yeah, he's at a Ford dealership and he's walking down the line of all these Ford trucks. And he's like, brand new trucks. He's like, you look at all the tags on them, and he said, the cheapest one I found on this lot, I looked at every single sticker, the cheapest one I found on this lot was $72,000.
Wow. Sending out 2024 rules on payments now. They want to push Super Thanks membership. Well, of course, they want to keep cutting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Earl, there
We keep
is,
asking our you guys for money. That's what we're not doing wrong here on this show. That's why we don't have a lot of people watching. Is we just don't ask people for money, I guess. So
and because YouTube isn't paying out, they're just not paying for views anymore. It is just they're they're paying all the money out to these huge media corporations now. They don't have the money to spend and pay all their little creators anymore. And I have even heard rumblings from a bunch of YouTube creators saying that, like we were just saying, that like 2026, 2027, YouTube might switch to paying out only in digital currency. They might switch over to like a freaking Bitcoin.
I hope your weak guy takes Bitcoin.
Yeah, and that's the whole. The scariest part about digital currency is it's fake. It's just fake money. There's no physical. There's nothing physical to it. And that allows every single transaction to be, it's documented somewhere. So you won't be able to pay cash for anything. Every single transaction will be traceable by the federal government and the IRS, who will be able to stick their little fingers into every single transaction. You want to send $100 to your daughter for Christmas? You're gonna have to pay some taxes on that. Oh, yeah, there won't be. You won't be getting a Christmas card from your grandma with $100 check in it anymore. There'll be a little freaking receipt with a QR code on it that says, "Oh, now you have, you know, 0.37 bitcoins because that's how much $100 is worth in Bitcoin."
It's gonna be. Yeah, I hope they don't take away physical money. I hope they don't. Oh my God.
Pay attention to the World Economic Forum and a gentleman by the name of Klaus Schwab. Pay special attention to him. He is literally a Bond villain. He is the worst of the worst. He's the one that's talked about depopulating the planet. There's just too many people here.
I'm down with that. That's fine.
Not
We can
enough.
depopulate.
Well, but here's the problem. See, we keep saying, and I don't disagree with that. The problem is like,
People have to die, and that's sad.
and it should be the stupid people, but we're so busy catering to the stupid people. Like, look, all the Karens. All the Karens, all them blue-haired, busybody bitches out there. We could do without most of them. We could also do without the people who fall out of the door of their truck while doing a burnout. But no, we have to make everything so safe that nobody gets killed from being stupid anymore.
What do you kill? What do you call a 100 Karens on a spaceship?
I don't know.
A good start.
Yeah, I mean it's just
Your mattress was already worthless, Earl.
well, I mean, if
My mattress.
if you've got money that you stashed away because you don't trust banks, guess what? All that money is gonna be fucking worthless. And I mentioned to Justin the whole FTX thing. Sam Bankman-Fried is the kid's name that was the head of that whole thing. $3 billion he managed to steal, and they can't find it. The United States Department of Justice just dropped all the charges against him. They know he stole $3 billion. Everybody knows he stole $3 billion. But he's not going to go to prison. Remember fucking Jeffrey Madoff? The guy who had like the fucking biggest pyramid scheme. That guy went to prison for like 30 years. And he only stole like $250 million. This kid stole $3 billion. Billion with a B. He sponsored a Formula One team. He had so much money. And he's not even going to go to prison. And he was the single largest political donor in the 2020 election cycle. The single largest donor.
Got me in my fake money.
600 million in Epstein Island.
Just lying around, huh? It's chump change, man.
Yeah, I mean, the shit that people are getting away with right now. And like I was saying earlier, 278,000 illegal immigrants in just the month of December. And it's been hovering around 200,000 a month for 3 years. Bernie Madoff, that was the guy. I don't know why I think I was thinking I got Jeffrey Epstein and Bernie Madoff.
Jeff is his middle name? Jeff? I don't know. Maybe Jeff. That's what he said. Who knows? I don't know.
It was Bernie Madoff. That was the guy. But yeah, imagine. So I actually heard this crazy conspiracy theory about why Biden is letting all of the illegal immigrants into the country.
Okay.
Because per the Constitution, the President of the United States is not allowed to sic the military on citizens of the United States. But what happens if there's millions of illegal immigrants in and around the United States who are fomenting an insurrection? Then you can use the military to bomb the shit out of them. And you just might have some collateral damage. which would be American citizens. Oops, oh, sorry, we bombed that whole entire city. But we didn't like those people.
New Mexico, you're fucked.
It 2024 is going to be a banger. This is going to be the best election year ever. It's going to make 2020. It's going to make 2020 look like a fucking sewing convention. It's going to be fucking. It's going to be fucking amazing. There's going to be so much shit thrown around this year. It's going to be unbelievable. I've been involved in politics for most of my adult life, and I've never seen a buildup like this before. It's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, 16-year-old kids driving Lamborghinis. Yeah, social media influencers, people who have made their money. Oh my god.
Liars, cheats, frauds, scumbags. Anybody that makes a video on YouTube, the 10 things you need, ... for anything, fuck those people. You can all eat a fucking dick. I bought a thing. Because I did my homework and I did my research and I watched a bunch of fucking YouTube videos and all these experts on YouTube. And the general consensus was the thing that I bought was good and it was going to work. I had that thing for 2 fucking minutes before I realized you are all full of shit. All of you are full of shit. You bastards. You all got this fucking thing for free and you can't talk shit about it because you got it for free. And that's how all of you influencers work. You get all this shit for free and then you turn around and lie to people to sell them this shit so that company will give you more free shit. And the better you do, the better free shit they give you.
Guys,
people.
I worry about what's coming back though. The year of the comeback. It just reminded me of trash talking right there. You know, you got to come back for that.
Come back for what?
I don't know. There wasn't much to come back for, was there?
I'm gonna paint my nose again. OnlyFans account. Hell yeah! See, I'm telling you that time is coming. Time is coming. Look what's happening to Call of Duty right now. Call of Duty is getting shit on right now because all these streamers and all these gamers that people watch all their videos like, oh man, you're so amazing. They're all getting popped for cheating. And their accounts are getting banned permanently. And some of these guys, you know, $15,000, $16,000 a month from their Twitch stream, predominantly playing Call of Duty. Now they can't. Now they're a cheat. Now they got busted as being a cheater, and they're literally making nothing now. Good. Now you have to go get a real job. Because playing video games and filming it is not a real job. It's not. Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Chat Man, you fucking cocksuckers. Hilarious. Like watching some of your shit, but that is not a real job. You are not helping society.
And on that note.
Yeah. That's how we're starting 2024. That's how we're starting. That's how we're ending the first show with my ranting about the cocksuckers influencers. Everything that you people are trying to sell on the internet and YouTube and Instagram.
Hold on, let me put down our PayPal real quick.
Yeah, Jesse, you're right. We need more welders. We need more framers. We need more electricians. We need more plumbers.
Now, everybody wants to go to school to be a lawyer, dude.
And we have plenty of those. We have an abundance, an overabundance of them. We also have an overabundance of psychologists and therapists. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Therapy is bullshit. You should forget and move the fuck on. If you have some mental trauma, get the fuck over it and move on. Forget it. That's the best way. going to a therapist and talking about it every week, guess what? You're just keeping that shit going every week. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so unhappy. The world is so mean and cruel to me. Yes, it is. Fucking buck up, camper.
Yep, next time you toilet bills, call a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how a lawyer says goodbye? I'll be suing you later.
All
right.
Hey, on that happy note, we are out of here. Hey, thank you, everybody. And everybody that comes back and watches the show afterwards, thank you as well. Don't forget to, leave us a comment and tell us to eat a dick or something. Doesn't have to be nice. You can leave a shitty comment if you want. We can take it. But on that happy note, everybody have a great rest of the first week of 2024. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday for some more shit that needs to be said. Now that first